Hey everyone, welcome back to BookShortz, the channel where powerful stories come to life in just minutes. If you love emotional romance, unforgettable characters, and stories that tug at your heartstrings, then today's video is for you. We're diving into the soul-stirring novel A Wish for Us by Tillie Cole, a story of love, music, pain, and the kind of connection that changes you forever. Before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a powerful story summary right here on Book Shorts. Let's jump in. What if your world was filled with color, but also with pain and silence? What if music could be both your curse and your only way to survive? What if love wasn't just something you felt, but something you saw? A Wish for Us by Tillie Cole is not just a love story. It's an emotional symphony that will move your soul and leave you forever changed. This book is a heart-wrenching yet breathtaking journey through trauma healing and the beauty of connection. It takes us into the mind of a young prodigy who sees music not just as sound but as color. It's a rare neurological condition called synesthesia, but for Cromwell Dean, it's both a gift and a burden. A musical genius who once burned brightly on European stages, Cromwell now lives in the shadows of pain and regret, until a girl named Bonnie Farraday drags him back into the light with nothing but her truth and her music. Cromwell Dean is no ordinary college student. At just 19, he was a world-renowned DJ, headlining shows across Europe, adored by millions. But behind the flashing lights and booming bass is a young man who has lost the one thing that gave him meaning: passion. The ability to see and feel music used to be his everything. But after the death of his father, Cromwell has turned away from true music, the kind played on instruments, felt in your bones, and written with soul. Now he hides behind electronic beats and an indifferent attitude, hiding his grief and guilt. He transfers to a small music college in South Carolina, hoping to keep his head down and stay unnoticed. But Bonnie Farraday has other plans. She sees something in Cromwell, something raw and broken and unbelievably talented, and she's not afraid to challenge him. Bonnie is the opposite of everything Cromwell pretends to be. She's bright, driven kind, and completely dedicated to classical music. Her violin sings with emotion and heart, and when she plays, something awakens in Cromwell. Something he thought was dead, buried. Bonnie pushes Cromwell to confront the pain he's buried for years. She forces him to return to the roots of what made him an artist. She brings color back into his world, not just through music, but through connection. But Bonnie has secrets of her own. From the very beginning, there's something fragile about her, something she's not saying. Despite her fire and determination, there's an ache behind her. Smile, Cromwell sees it. He feels it in the way her music trembles in certain moments, the way she sometimes disappears into herself. And when he learns the truth, it shatters him. Bonnie is dying, she has a rare heart condition, and her time is limited. She doesn't know how long she has, but she knows she wants to spend it making music with Cromwell, creating something beautiful, something eternal. Together, they work on a symphony, a piece that captures not just sound, but emotion and life and pain and hope. They call it A Wish for Us. And through the process, they fall in love, deeply, irrevocably, painfully. This isn't a typical love story. There are no perfect moments or happily ever afters waiting around the corner. Their time is measured in heartbeats and fading notes. Every day becomes precious. Every look, every touch, every piece of music they create becomes a promise. A vow to live in the now, to love, despite the looming loss. As Bonnie's condition worsens, Cromwell becomes desperate. To save her, he researches, he begs, he prays, He's willing to give up everything to keep her in this world. But some things can't be fixed. Some losses are inevitable. And as Bonnie begins to fade, Cromwell has to face the truth again. This time, without running. But Bonnie never wanted to be saved. She only wanted to be seen, to be remembered, to leave behind a piece of herself that would live forever. In the notes they composed, in the final days of her life, Bonnie asks Cromwell to perform their symphony, live in front of an audience, to share their story through music, to let the world feel what they created together. It's her final wish. And Cromwell does it. He stands on that stage and pours every part of himself into the performance. The pain, the love, the fear, the memories. The music is raw and soul-shattering, and when it ends, the audience is left in stunned silence. Because they didn't just hear music, they experienced it. They felt Bonnie. They saw Cromwell. They witnessed a masterpiece. Born of grief and beauty, in the aftermath of Bonnie's death, Cromwell could have broken again. But instead, he chooses to live. For her, for the music, for every note that still dances in his mind in brilliant color. He takes their composition and builds on it. He teaches others. He honors her with every melody he writes. A Wish for Us is a powerful story about finding beauty in brokenness. It explores how love doesn't always mean forever, but it can still change everything. It reminds us that grief and joy often coexist, and that the most profound moments in life are often the ones born from pain. Tillie Cole doesn't just write a love story. She crafts an experience that is felt as much as it is read. Through vivid prose and heart-aching emotion, she paints a story that resonates on a soul-deep level. Cromwell's synesthesia becomes a metaphor for how love transforms how we see the world, how it adds color to the gray. This book will leave you raw and full all at once. It will make you cry and then make you grateful for every second you have. It's a story about letting go, about holding on, and about creating something timeless in the face of the temporary. If you've ever loved deeply, if you've ever lost, if you've ever felt music in your bones and wished it could say what words never could, this book is for you. A Wish for Us is a love letter to music, to art, to vulnerability, and to the courage it takes to keep living even when your heart is breaking. It's a reminder that even in the silence, even in the end, there is still color. And sometimes the most beautiful songs are born from the most painful truths. So press play, close your eyes, and let this story sing. Because some wishes don't need magic to come true. They just need to be heard. If you want to listen full audiobook for free, link in description. Thank you.